Today we're going to talk about the installation of our Pro Series XL. It's a very simple product to install. Basically what you're doing is you're starting out by building out the base and then building it straight up. The last components that go on are actually the sleeve net around the edges of the frame and then the side supporting tubes. But let's do this. Let's break it down into steps. Let's get started, and we're going to start by putting together all the tubes that are labeled base, and those consist of 9 tubes. So that's kind of what I've done here. I've just simply matched up the tube colors. I've got the 9 base tubes laid out like so. And once your base tubes are laid out like so, we could then start building up with the 2 verticals. So now, once our base is built, and each tube is labeled base, then we're going to start building up with the verticals. Let's install those now. Again, you're just going to match up the tube colors, and that's how easy it is. So now we're going to build all the way up. Now that we've reached this point, okay, in terms of our vertical build, to make it easier, we're going to tip the unit on its back and finish building out the frame while it's laid on the ground, so it's very easy to install. Let's do that now. Before we put our side supports on, we're first going to put the tube, which has red, double red and black stripe to it, on. Slide that down the frame, and then we'll put our support tubes on the side of the XL. So this will come sleeved in your box, and now what we'll do is we're just going to connect it up, double red to double red. Now that it's connected, I'm going to undo our strap here, and we'll begin to slide this down the frame, working right side and then the left side. What's important to note is as I'm sleeving this onto the frame, I want to make sure that I line up my cutouts with the frame cutouts here. So I want to make sure that I line up my cutouts with the seam here, because my support tubes are going to connect here once this is installed. So now that that's done, I'm going to slide it down the frame. Now that you've installed the net onto the frame itself, if you have purchased the side bearers, which are sold as an accessory with the NXL, what you want to do is install them now. The side bearers come in red stripe and a black stripe. The red stripe is to the right side, the blue stripe is to the left side. So again, the red stripe goes to the right, the blue stripe goes to the left. So let's install the side barriers now, and we'll walk you through that process. But it's a very simple process utilizing the Velcro tabs on the XL side barriers. So I'm going to install the right side barrier first. That's the red striped side barrier. I'll undo my Velcro. Once I undo my Velcro, I'm going to line up and match up the Velcro tab up top to the Velcro, to the thick Velcro tab on the side barrier itself. Okay? Now once I've got that connected up, I'm going to put my stripe through. Just find a hole close to the edge of your sleeve, and then this is basically just going to overlap, and the Velcro is just going to fall onto itself. So I've connected the Velcro up top, I've connected the Velcro around the frame, and this is just so that if it gets pulled, it doesn't come off the frame itself. Now what I can do is just work down on the Velcro, the thicker Velcro, all the way down, and we're going to do this on both sides, the right side, which is the red side, and the left side. So I'll connect this about this far down, maybe about halfway, and then once we stand it up, I'll finish seaming the actual side barrier all the way down to the base of the unit itself. But it's literally that simple to install a side barrier. Now that we've connected the topmost portions of our side bearers, We can now stand the unit up and finish installation of the side bearers and the installation of the support poles for each side of the XL Pro Series. Now that we've connected the side bearer, the top, thicker, heavier Velcro, once we stand it up, we can then tie in the thinner half-inch Velcro going all the way down. So then you're going to do the same thing on the inside seam here with your side barrier and just connect that going all the way down. Once you've Velcroed the entire side of your XL side barrier, there's one small loop at the bottom that we're going to connect to the main net itself. And this is just so the side barrier doesn't get pulled off the main unit by accident. So now that we've got all the way to the bottom with our Velcro, you're just going to wrap this around, pull it through, and then just connect it up. And all that does is basically connect your side barrier to your main net so it doesn't get pulled off by accident. And that's what your small loop is for. So your small loop is just going to connect into your main net itself. All right, now that you've connected the side of your side bearers, and we got both side barriers connected here, your blue is to the left, your red is to the right. We have the sandbags on the rear of the frame, and then the connection, the small connection on your side barrier is for the handle of your sandbag. So now that connects up to the handle of the sandbag, and your sandbag is what extends your side barrier out. So you can extend it out when you're playing, walk it back in when it's not in use. And a side barrier can be extended straight out, or it can be extended out on an angle. Your last step in the installation of your Pro Series XL is the connection of the side support beams. So there are basically 4 tubes that make up those side support beams, 2 on each side. So now let's connect up our side support beam, match up the colors up top here, and that slides in. There's no push button here. And then by just putting our foot on the frame, we can lift up and drop the side support tube in. So now we have the side support tube in, and we're going to do that on either side. Remember, the side support tubes do not have a push button at all. That's how easy it is to install the Pro Series XL. You're going to want 2 people to do it. It should take you probably about 10 or 20 minutes tops. And remember, if you purchase the side barriers are an accessory, and they also install real easily, as we've outlined, just utilizing Velcro right down the side. Remember, your sandbags go on the rear of the frame, and then one sandbag holds out your left side barrier, one sandbag holds out your right side barrier. Your Pro Series XL is a big unit. This unit stands 10 feet in width, and it's 9.5 feet tall. We super appreciate you taking the time to watch our assembly video for the Pro Series XL. Thanks so much.